we've actually had our first speaker, Saul Brown, at a Copia event in the past, and I just closed my secret crush. Because Saul makes these gift baskets that include food that I absolutely love and adore, and that fortunately, admirers and indeed clients have gifted me with over the years. So I have these really warm associations for Saul and his work, and I also love. Is he blushing? I am. But I'm an admirer of somebody who sees a market need, says, yeah, I could do that, and absolutely makes it happen, and has gone from, well, I'm going to let him tell the story of the humble beginnings, but I think he is probably one of the top 3 ethical gifting companies in the country now. Yes? Yeah, absolutely. And hello? Yeah? Okay. So some interesting facts about Saul Good Gift Co. They believe that the idea is to build relationships and not just send thanks. And so the gift baskets are designed to have a story and to promote a dialogue and to deepen the relationship between the giver and the receiver. Over 75% of their purchasing comes from local BC businesses. That's pretty extraordinary. 25% of their purchasing goes to social enterprises and to inner city downtown east side businesses. And they are in the process of moving all of their fulfillment, so warehousing, assembly, the wrapping, the shipping, the receiving, to an organization called Starworks, which is a social enterprise that employs adults with developmental disabilities. So if you didn't already feel incredibly good about using this company, you got about 17 reasons to feel better. And I know you're going to be inspired by Saul Brown.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the humble introduction. So hi, everyone. My name's Saul, and I guess I'll start my story kind of a bit back to what really inspired me to start it. And when my first inspiration was really when I was 12 years old. I was on a canoe trip in Algonquin Park at summer camp, and as we were kind of paddling and we were waiting to get into this portage, and we were just sitting there kind of at the mouth of this river waiting to get onto the trail, and I heard the creek, and it was gurgling, and the sky was all blue, and this bird kind of flew across the sky, and the water's still, and the forest all beautiful, and I just really realized how beautiful nature was. I grew up in suburban Toronto, and I played in parks and in the suburbs, and I like the Canucks, so don't hate me. But yeah, anyway.
Great way to get forgiveness.
Well, after the other week. But anyway, I basically saw nature as pure beauty, and saw how beautiful nature was in and of itself, and I realized that was just really how things were supposed to be. And as I grew up, I spent a lot of time in the wilderness. I guided canoeing and kayaking expeditions, and I just loved being out in the wilderness. And I went to university, I went to UVic, I studied environmental studies and geography, and I started learning about sustainability and how kind of messed up the world is and the problems that we're facing socially, environmentally, climate change, pollution, water scarcity, you name it. Like, we're facing some serious issues. Food security. And all the discussion that we had was about problems. And as soon as anyone was asking about, well, what do we do about it? Our professors basically told us that we had to figure that out. I had read some Paul Hawken. It really inspired me, Natural Capitalism. And it got me realizing that business really was a powerful force to create change around sustainability. So I just got really interested in business and in waste and how to add value to waste, and figured that if I was going to be part of society and I was going to join the business world, that my business better be a positive force in addressing issues, or I really didn't want anything to do with it. So yeah, I moved out to Vancouver in 2004, and I ran out of money. I was like almost broke, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and he had told me that the year before he sold gift baskets at Christmas for a chocolatier, and he told me he sold a whole bunch of them. And he was like, "You're a smart guy. Why don't you put some stuff in a basket, put it in front of some companies, and sell some gift baskets?" So like here I was like trying to start this career in sustainable business. I had like my mindset, I'm going to start this sustainable business career. I didn't totally know what it meant yet. And here I had this opportunity to sell gift baskets. And I thought about it. And I realized how much I really didn't want to sell those little jams. You know, like sitting at the back of my refrigerator, collecting dust. You know, you put it in a big basket, all this cellophane, all this garbage, and I was like, there's no way I can sell gift baskets. I don't feel good about it. Like, who's going to believe me if I don't really love the thing that I'm selling? I knew enough from my experience doing door-to-door sales as like a 16-year-old kid that you had to believe in it if you wanted to make a sale. So it got me thinking about why companies give gifts and what is a sustainable gift. What does that really mean? And I realized that gifting, and corporate gifting especially, is all about building relationships. All business is about building relationships, and if you can do that meaningfully, then it really says more than thank you. It's more than stuff. Anyone can buy their own box of chocolates, but how do you really gift someone and make them feel good? You tell a story. So if you tell a local story, a community story that's from where we live and work and do business, then that's kind of a good building block. So local sourcing has always been important to how we do what we do. And it's been really cool to see the whole industry change in the last 7 years. When I started the company, I'm proud to say one of my first products was Skeet and Ike's. Turmeric almonds, and pardon?
From you?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that was one of my first products, and like in the marketplace, there wasn't that much that was like really high quality, delicious local artisan products. But over the last 7 years, like we've seen this huge eruption of all these artisan producers creating delicious products. Today we're sampling these really awesome caramel covered pretzels by Wendy Boys. So if you have a chance, you should go check those out. Coco Lico by Wendy Boys. And it's been really neat to kind of work with artisans over the years and help them bring new products to market. Because we send out these gifts, people get to try them. So it's a really cool opportunity for small artisans to kind of try new things and get some feedback around, how their products, what products are working and aren't. A cool story, we started working with this lady, Carly, and she has a company called Kitchening and Company. And she makes these amazing macaroons, these Parisian-style macaroons, all local, fresh ingredients, delicious. And a couple years ago, we tried selling them in our gift baskets at the holidays, and it bombed. Like it was just like the biggest mistake. And it wasn't, like, the product's amazing, but they're very fragile product, they're perishable, and there were just a lot of challenges with it logistically. And she thanked me for my business and brought me this bag of these amazing ginger chocolate cookies. And she said, "Thank you so much for your business, it's great working with you, try these cookies." And I ate the first bag, and then I ate the second bag. Then I devoured these 2 bags of cookies, and I was like, "Carly, you got to make these cookies. We can move these. These are great." And it took some convincing, but what started with a purchase order for 1,000 cookies last summer, ended up with an $8,000 or $9,000 cookie order by the time Christmas kind of rolled out, and she's kind of launched this new product, which is now also available at Edible Canada. And they're kind of just in the back there. If you don't know about them, they're great. They have a lot of great local products too. So it's just kind of cool to kind of see how the community's been growing and changing, and producers developing new products that are really great. And it's been really fun being part of the community and kind of helping companies, growing with companies, And for a lot of reasons, I'd say we're still a startup too, but we're chugging along and kind of working with a lot of great folks. That's kind of my story, where we're at, and yeah, thanks for coming out.